Go. All righty. Well, hello. And we're back again here at the PeaceMakers Summit 2.0. We're broadcasting and coming to you from the United States of America. And we are hosted by the Rich Women's Society in London in the United Kingdom. And I want to welcome here with me, I have a wonderful woman. She is going to talk to us about so many different things: social currency, about peace, about bringing the family back together, recapturing that peace. I'm going to tell you a little bit about my guest, Dr. Tamarra Allen, Dr. T, as we affectionately like to call her. And she is the CEO and managing partner of Social Currency. So we're going to get more into that because that's a very special name that we have, because this lady is a currency strategist. Now, I haven't spoken to a currency strategist. I'm in the financial business, as you all know, but this is something that, this is going to be new. And so I'm glad to be wading into something that's new. She scales and she consults families on how to build wealth. We hear so much about the scaling of businesses, but she's actually going to talk to us about the scaling of families and how they actually build wealth. That's something very you want to key in and really focus on. She has a lot of depth and breadth to her. We only have about a good 10 minutes, so I'm not going to take any more time, and I'm going to turn the floor over to Dr. Tamarra just to give us, a little bit of snippet, and then we'll take it away from there. Dr. Tamarra?
Hi, thank you so much for having me. I am so honored. Hello, everyone in London. This is amazing. Hello, hello. I'm happy to be here with you, the Honorable Yvonne. It's amazing. Thank you so much. So what would you like for me to talk about? You want to talk about peace? Because I am totally all about the Zen. Because we need Zen in the world. So what would you like for me to talk about today?
Well, what I want to do is I want to talk about, let's go back a couple years and then let's bring it forward. I know a couple years ago, you and the family, you were going through, where everybody was kind of dealing with the pandemic, but you kind of had some, some real pretty tragic things to go on, and you kept the family together, and you came out of that with Social Currency as a business. And from my understanding, it's the business, you're doing it, you're the managing partner, but you have your sons also into it. So
absolutely,
let's start there.
Well, it was pretty amazing. My kids were in school and my husband was away working, and he ended up getting hurt on the job, fell from a scaffold, and was hospitalized and actually got addicted to pain medication. And I ended up, a friend of mine was like, during that time as he was hospitalized and all of that, a friend of mine had told me about trading. And what's so crazy is my dad is a retired stockbroker. He was vice president of one of the companies in Chicago, and I just didn't want to do that. That's not something I was interested in. And so when a friend of mine brought it to me, I was like, this might be a way for us to save our home, And in doing so, the sons and I, one son had just graduated college and the other one was in college, and we learned the skill set of trading. And I got addicted to trading cryptocurrency, which is what's going to sustain us for the future. And we saved our home from going into foreclosure. And that business kind of came from it because people were asking us, and it just became a life-saving situation for us. It turned a tragedy into a triumph. We were struck again with tragedy. The boy's dad died from COVID, and I almost died last year from COVID. And so, but if it was not for us putting things in place as a family business, we put that structure of financial stability, the life insurance, the whole life, we're able to live off of whole life insurance, putting the trust in place, we would not be where we are right now. And so that gave me a peace of mind to know that I wasn't going anywhere. First and foremost, I refused. I was in the hospital for 3.5 weeks with it. And, I like to call it the scamdemic, the scam plandemic. But a lot of people lost their lives. So I had to, when I came out, I had to come out because I came out with what is called long COVID. Okay. So there are after effects. And mine happened to be, I lost a lot of hair because my hair was to here. And I started having heart issues. So right now it's about nothing shakes me anymore. Everything is about being in a Zen moment, peaceful, eating healthy, meditating, and just enjoying life. My husband, now, because my ex-husband again died, but my husband now, and the kids, we do a lot of traveling together, creating a lot of family moments. We went to Dubai, we went to London, we went to Paris. And so for us, it's really about doing family things and creating those memories, because you never want to go back in life saying, I wish I could have did this with my kids. I wish I could have did that. Because I had a cousin literally tell me, man, we never went on a family trip before. I said it was the best experience. It was the best experience. And so we want to teach families that, one, you can work together. A lot of people think that they can't work together, but you got to know who needs to do what, who's going to be delegated, because that's really important. And you got to have talks. You got to say, okay, we're in business mode or we're in family mode, because sometimes those lines get blurred. Okay. And then you have to respect the children as adults.
Mm-hmm.
That is something that is really hard to do sometimes, okay, because they're coming into their own and they want to be heard. And now my children, my sons have kind of become like my best friends, even though I'm still mom, okay, that's still bonus dad, but yet and still we respect each other and we just have an amazing relationship. And I know that this next chapter of my life, because I'm in my 50s, and just seeing how amazing my sons have become, just great men with respect. It's been an amazing journey. I definitely don't take life for granted. Definitely don't take life for granted.
Well, I mean, just listening to your story and hearing, it's like I could just imagine that the audience is out there is saying they want some of that. She achieved that perfect peace. How did she do it? There are those that have everything and they don't achieve that. And what it looks like is, can I use one word and tell me if I'm right, if I'm wrong, but resilience?
I've heard that a couple of times. It's like, perseverance, resilience, continuing to press through. I don't have any other choice because I don't have a job. I work for, prior to our company, I'm 54 years old. I haven't had a job since I was 26. So I don't know how to do anything, but I got to get up and do, because if I don't do, we don't eat.
Got it. But tell me this, in all of this, you're working towards the peace. You're working towards, you're keeping the family together and you're keeping everything together. So now you've taken that, and I applaud you for all of that, for all the things that you've done. But now you've turned that into a business and you're helping other people.
Yes.
Okay, what does that look like? I mean, I'm just listening to you and I'm thinking, I'm trying to also at the same time do the calculation in my head as to not a lot of time. You're talking about what, the time span of maybe 3-4 years?
Yes.
If
Well, I've always been in business for myself. So that's something, I've been in business for myself since I was 27 years old.
okay.
So that's, half my life. So that's not different for me, and I've always been in a coaching aspect in some form of fashion, where I'm teaching other people how to do something. So this for me has been, and what I did with my sons, what we did with our sons is we made sure they were in debate. So they need to know how to talk to people. Okay. Every summer they were working with me when we were setting up for vending, for exhibits and things like that. So they are accustomed. They would have to help me do cold calling sometimes for my business. So they were always involved from the time they were 6 years old, 4 and 6, in our business.
Okay. So
that's part of their life.
That makes sense. And that's something that when you think in terms of scaling the family towards wealth. So many people think that's all simply a matter of how much money you save, what you put in the bank, the trust accounts. And of course, that all goes with it. But the foundation is what you are doing. That is the actual scaling itself, is taking that foundation, the 4-year-old, the 6-year-old, having them do the things, that they can do. And then in the business, so that by the time they're 26 and 24, or 34, or 35, fine. It's well entrenched. It's what they know, and it's what makes sense to them to do. So therefore, it's not like they're coming into it and it's an oddity. Well, let's
Correct.
talk to some of the people. Let's just talk for a moment and give some of those people who are listening, because this is worldwide, and they
Wow.
did not set those precedences. They have not built those foundations. Now they have their families. There are many women and men out there, they're 54, and they're looking at their families and they're saying, well, okay, I didn't do all the things like she did at that time. What can I do now? How can I do this now?
It's about respecting each other's talents, what one brings to the table. You're always going to have a rebel within the family. You're always going to have a smarty pants, one that knows it all. You're always going to have that leader per se, who's always the one that's kind of heading everything. And then you always got somebody that's like the part. So I like to actually relate it to jewel tone colors or colors. Red is the money motivator. Green is the analytical person. Blue is the party animal, and yellow is the one that wants to save the world. So everybody has those individuals within their family, and you just have to find out what part is the most goes with each family member. And when you can encompass all of those things within the business, everyone can work together. But we have to respect each other, everybody's talents, and everybody has to be heard. You can't talk over each other. You have to have your meetings, and you have to sit down. Even now, even for a long time, when my sons came back from college, it was one of them was just resistant. I don't want to do what you guys are doing. He was very resistant, but then he came on board and he was like, wow, I didn't see this before. So you have to let people come and work at their own pace. Can't force everybody to do it because you want it. They have to want it too. And then one of the most amazing things that we did was we went to Dubai. I said, guys, it was the first week of March. I said, guys, you want to go to Dubai? They were like, yeah. I said, all right, we're going in 2 weeks. They were like, what? I said, yeah, because we can do that. And so when we went, the one that was resistant to being a part of the business, and my husband's a part of the business too. He's just more in the background, but now with the metaverse, because we have property in the metaverse and all of this stuff, he's coming to the forefront so we can help people understand that they can get virtual real estate as well. But we were in Dubai, and I was in the water, and my son was just sitting on his chair on the beach. And I think he was just taking it all in, like, I am in Dubai and it is absolutely beautiful. And my sons are world travelers. One speaks Mandarin Chinese. He's been to China. So it's not like we tried our best to make sure that they knew that it was more than just Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. It is important for people to understand that. And he sat there and I said, you good, son? I said, this is how we're supposed to live. This is how it's supposed to be.
Mhm.
You should be able to have whatever it is that you want. And when you find out what it is that you really want in life, how we can give back, because we can't have these things without helping other people. My sons, I'm going to do a painting, and it needs to be on the wall so the children beyond you guys will know this is where the wealth came from, because we laid that foundation. And we want to teach everybody else to do that as well.
Okay, well, thank you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me.
All righty. And so therefore, there you have it. This has been the PeaceMakers Summit. So this closes out our segment from the United States, from Atlanta, Georgia, the USA, into the Rich Woman Society, United Kingdom, into the Peace Summit 2.0. We look forward to doing this again next year with the Rich Woman Society in London.
Bye for now. I'm so excited. Thank you so much.